There's a loneliness that comes not from being alone, but from having no one who truly understands your story. I'm surrounded by people, yet I feel invisible. No therapist, no confidant, just my own thoughts echoing back at me. I replay conversations, scrutinize messages, searching for meaning in every word and silence. My mind is a closed loop, amplifying every doubt until it's all I can hear. I crave someone to reflect my reality, to help me see what's true and what's just fear. The isolation is suffocating. I talk to myself, trying to untangle the knots. Outwardly, I'm a mother, a wife, functioning. Inside, I'm lost. I need someone to hear the whole story, to help me connect the dots I can only see in fragments. Is this pattern as damaging as it feels? Does emotional betrayal count if there's no physical affair? I'm writing this to you, a stranger, because sometimes only a stranger's honesty can cut through the noise. I just want to know I'm not losing my mind. The red flags were there, but I ignored them. Our romance was a whirlwind. I mistook urgency for passion, haste for certainty. I tried to set boundaries, but he'd laugh them off or make sweet promises. I wanted to be easygoing, not demanding, so I silenced my intuition. Fear of losing him shaped my choices. I surrendered my needs for the fairy tale. I ignored the shadow of his ex, convinced myself I was the future. Each time I backed down, I handed over a piece of my power. The imbalance in our marriage was built from these small surrenders. I was so eager for love, I forgot to love myself first. Now I live in a house that looks perfect from the outside, but is crumbling within. The foundation was never solid. It was built on my compliance and his comfort. And now, I'm left with the consequences. The first real crack in my trust came soon after we married. His ex was always present. He called it compassion. I called it secrecy. Calls, texts, angled phones, small acts that screamed concealment. I found a gas station receipt from her city. He lied about working late. Confronted, he spun half-truths, managing my emotions by hiding the truth. My feelings became obstacles to be managed, not honored. I was cast as the jealous wife, my boundaries painted as controlling. Gaslighting became the norm. I questioned my own sanity. The cycle began: secret, confrontation, apology, brief calm, then repeat. Each time I hoped it would change, but the peace was always temporary. The first crack weakened everything, and I knew it was only a matter of time before it all shattered. I tried to suppress the certainty, but it grew louder with every lie. The fracture was permanent. The first betrayal hurt, but the ones that followed were 1,000 tiny cuts. Promises of transparency became empty scripts. I'd find her number under a man's name, deleted call logs, gaps in his timeline. Each incident was small alone, but together they formed a pattern of deceit. His justifications always made me question myself. He lied to protect me. The only way for me to have peace was to be ignorant. I became a detective in my own home, checking his phone, hating who I was becoming. Each broken promise was a profound disrespect, telling me his word meant nothing. My trust, my sanity, my sense of self, drained by 1,000 small betrayals. The marriage became a minefield, not a safe place. I was left bleeding out, not from a single blow, but from relentless dishonesty. I resented the role I'd been forced into. The cuts never healed. The emotional toll is immense, a weight I carry every day. Some mornings, dread feels like a physical illness. I live in hypervigilance, always bracing for the next blow. This isn't living, it's surviving, and I'm exhausted. Depression has hollowed me out. Joy feels like a lie. I'm angry at him for betraying me and at myself for staying. In the darkness, I found a flicker of light in spirituality, prayer, mindfulness, self-compassion. It hasn't solved everything, but it's helped me see my worth isn't tied to his actions. Still, the frustration builds with every broken promise. I feel like a pressure cooker, terrified of the day I finally explode. The deepest wounds are the ones he refuses to see. We tried counseling. I hoped for truth, but got performance. He played the loving husband, painting me as irrational. The therapist's words became weapons he used against me. Healing requires honesty. He only performed it. Friends and family saw the perfect couple, not the reality. When I hinted at problems, I got platitudes. Marriage is hard, no one's perfect. They chose the easier version of him, deepening my isolation. Their silence made me doubt my own judgment. If no one else sees it, am I wrong? I learned to stop talking, to wear the happy mask. The silence from those I love is its own kind of abandonment. Our relationship is a study in imbalance, emotional and financial. I'm the breadwinner, the planner, the caretaker, the one holding everything together. My contributions are used against me, making me feel trapped. The emotional labor is staggering and unacknowledged. He enjoys the stability I provide, while undermining our partnership with dishonesty. My resentment grows. It feels unfair that I give more and get less. I'm funding my own heartbreak, paying for the privilege of being lied to. Attempts to address the imbalance are met with empty promises. A few days of effort, then back to old habits. The scale remains tipped, my spirit weary. I wonder how much longer I can bear the weight. My son is my anchor and my trap. The thought of breaking up our family is unbearable. He adores his father. How could I destroy that? I imagine him shuttling between homes, feeling the ache of a broken family. I stay, telling myself it's for him, sacrificing my happiness for his. But what am I teaching him by staying? That this is what love looks like? I want him to learn respect, honesty, true partnership. By staying, am I exposing him to a toxic model of marriage? Every choice feels wrong. Leaving hurts him, staying hurts him. He's the reason I stay, and the reason I know I must eventually leave. His future hangs in the balance, and the weight is almost too much to bear. In quiet moments, I face my own reflection and hold myself accountable. I allowed this to happen, ignored red flags, surrendered boundaries. I'm not blameless. I helped build this prison. Acknowledging my part is about reclaiming agency. If I helped create this, I can help change it. My feelings are a mess. Resentment, hope, confusion. Sometimes I see the man I loved, and hope tempts me to stay. But hope is a dangerous drug. I'm searching for spiritual clarity, strength not tied to him. I'm learning to listen to my intuition, to sit with discomfort. Does repeated emotional betrayal count as infidelity? Where is the line? I'm at a crossroads. Do I leave or demand radical change? The path to healing starts with a single step, and I'm just trying to find my way.